Hey, what's up guys? We are back again, ready to showcase how to get Ultimate Champion in Clash Royale. The best deck every single season. I will be showing it on my YouTube channel and I'm going to live stream it, so there's no games that are cut out. And it will be an accurate portrayal of the meta and what decks you guys would want to play to crush the majority of the decks that people are playing in that point of time. So currently right now, you guys can see we are around 6 or 7 games away from reaching Ultimate Champion, collecting the emote. And I already have it. I'll show you guys it in case you don't. So this is the emote. You can get it at the end of the Path of Legends every single season, and it's pretty cool. Obviously, I don't even use it in my emotes because I think that, you know, I like having the more exclusive ones even than that no one else can even get anymore. But yeah, if you want to get something to flex on your friends, Ultimate Champion emote is it's pretty cool. Anyway, so jumping into the decks that we have today, this is the first one. Mohamed Light used it to finish number 1 and 2 in one of the seasons. He was like 1 and 2 in the world at the exact same time. And this Royal Giant deck is played in competitive. It's one of the best decks in the entire game. So generally, you're going to be able to defend with tombstones and then also dropping zappies and mother witches, and your opponent's gonna have to fireball or like log or drop their spells on all of these units. And when they remove them, then the Skeleton King collects all the souls and gets a ton of value. So you're also going to have King Tower activations with the Fisherman. You're going to have the Tombstone to go and pull your opponent's win conditions, and the Zappies to stun all of their bridge spam and win conditions at the same time. So the defense of this deck is absolutely overpowered. So that's one of the reasons why it's really good. If you don't have champions in that previous deck, you can run Electro Spirit instead of Tombstone, and then Giant Skeleton instead of Skeleton King, because if you're subbing out Giant Skeleton for Skeleton King, then the Tombstone is kind of just, it's there, it's still okay, but you're not really caring as much about collecting the souls from the skeletons from the Tombstone anymore, so you probably would rather have Electro Spirit. So that's a change that you can make to this Royal Giant deck. Giant Skeleton for Skeleton King, Electro Spirit for Tombstone, that works. Another deck, this is the deck that I play right now. I have every card maxed out in Clash Royale. This is the deck that I play whenever I get tilted and I lose games, because it generally yields itself to getting really good matchups, and you can go on massive win streaks. I'm going to put the deck, the entire video of the deck that I played, this deck specifically, and I'll put that in the description of the video, or the pinned comment rather. So check out the pinned comment if you want to see an entire video based off of this deck. Very strong stuff, and it's one of the best decks in the game. And then lastly, my main deck in Clash Royale is this one. We've subbed out the Golden Knight and subbed out either the Barbell or the Golden Knight, depending on what you play. For Skeleton Dragons, because it's more fireball bait. Skeleton Dragons got buffed. They don't now die to arrows plus zap. So arrows plus zap do not finish off the Skeleton Dragons. It's a huge buff to them. They still die to fireball, but they don't die there. Anyway, we are going to be running all 3 of these decks to showcase why they're strong, and the best one for the meta would be this one, I would say. It's just the strongest deck in the game right now if you want to just win a lot of games. Skeleton King Royal Giant is a little bit unfair, and we're going to be pushing Ultimate Champion with it today. Is this for ladder or Path of Legends? It works for Path of Legends or it works for ladder. All these decks that I'm showing today work in every single capacity in the game. For instance, this deck could even work in Clan Wars really well as well. So it's just a phenomenal deck to choose if you want to play more Clash Royale games and win a lot more often. All right, so I think we're going to be able to activate King Tower without Hog Rider. We're still going to take a bit of damage on our left-hand side, but not that bad. So looking at the game real quick, we see that our opponent's going to have Witch and Hog Rider. So not necessarily a deck that I'm used to playing against. I think this Mother Witch was a bit ill-advised, but maybe it will work out in my favor. Who knows? I'm going to go in for a Fireball here. I should be able to hit the Baby Dragon as well, and then I guess I'm going to go for a Barbarian Barrel. So looking at the start of the game, we know that our opponent's going to have Hog Rider, so there's 2 different counters that we have in our deck. We can drop our Tombstone here. We can drop our Tombstone in front of the tower, and the Skeletons will still swarm the Hog Rider. Or we can just go and pull the Hog Rider every time with our Fisherman. Ideally, in this type of environment, Fisherman is a bit better because it gives you more counter push. So the Fisherman will kill the Hog Rider with a King Tower activated, and then it's going to give you a good trade after. The guy's legitimately got Sparky. So what my game plan is I want a Royal Giant other side so he can't kill the Royal Giant with more units on the same side that he's building up his Sparky push. So it can kind of ignore the rest of his stuff and not worry about it as much. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Mother Witch here. We're going to go in for a Tombstone so the Sparky shoots that. And then we're going to go in for Zappies afterward. So then the Zappies hopefully are able to shoot the Sparky. Yeah, okay. Wait, he's got Freeze! No! That's awful for me, bro. What? Okay. Yo, I was just like talking about everything that was going down and the guy just randomly had a Freeze. I don't even want to know the reaction on my face there, but that could have been so much better for me if he just didn't have that, you know? That probably would have been a gigantic dub right then and there, but whatever. All right, so remember, he's going to have like skeleton army, witch, that type of stuff. So we can go for a mother witch here, collect all the witch skeletons, turn them into piggies, and say sayonara to his tower. But despite him having the freeze shenanigans, he can't freeze his tower in place. That thing is gone. So very solid stuff for us. I'm going to go in for a skeleton king, and then I'm going to go in for the tombstone here to go and pull the hog rider still. And then I think that we're in an okay spot. Yes, we're probably going to lose our tower since he's going to go for a freeze. But I don't really care about that anymore since we do have Royal Giant. We can plop it down and then make sure that he has to go in for like another skeleton army. Wait, really? Is that seriously the strategy here? We can double fireball that as well if we really wanted to. I'm not going to do that super early on. I just want to wait and see if we can hit more stuff with the fireball. Hilarious that this is the case, but it is what it is. I think that one of the zappies is going to get shot. If all of them get shot, that's awful for me, obviously. We're going to go fireball here, and then we're going to go in for a skeleton king. So skeleton king's got a lot of health, so it can soak up the majority of our opponent's stuff. Then we can get piggies and skeletons to tank. I don't think I'm in a bad spot anymore, but man, that was annoying. I'm not going to lie, that was pretty obnoxious. So we're going to go in for the Mother Witch here on top of the potential skeleton army. Okay, both Mother Witches are targeting wrong things. That's not good. He's going to go in for a freeze. I don't know if that was good for him at all. I think we can fireball this if we want to, but again, I just want to get more fireball value whenever I can, because if I just fireball on the Sparky and hit the tower, sure, that works, but I'm hoping that I can hit a witch and other stuff as well. We're going to go in for a Barbarian Barrel here just to sack it so then it takes the damage. And then I think I can fireball on top of everything here. Notice how I played that super well with the fireball waiting. And then I also sacked the Barb Barrel so the Zappies could reset the rest of the Sparky. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to click the Skeleton King ability. And then we're going to Barb Barrel here. I think that this will probably be good enough. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm not. I hope I just get a lot of damage. This is the thing about ladder. You don't really know what you're playing against. And a lot of times you're going to get caught in situations where you're not happy. And then you're like, well, I'm not happy I'm playing against this, but I can still make it happen if I play well. All right, so we're going to go in for Zappies here, and then we're going to go in for the Skeleton King. Nah, I lied. I'm going to do this. I'm going to Tombstone, then I'm going to Skeleton King, and then I'm going to go Barb Barrel as well. So as long as we can just tank for the Sparky, I think we're going to be A-okay. You never really know, though. Click the Skeleton King ability. Go in for a Royal Giant here, because it's going to be targeting the wrong stuff, hopefully. And then maybe we can get enough damage so then we can fireball him out. Yeah, that should be enough. GG. Super easy stuff at the end, but it was chaotic when he froze my tower and got me to 900 HP. So I was in complete control afterward. It's just, you know, you never really know what's going to happen on ladder. And that's one of the reasons that I like decks like this. You're going to have the Tombstone and the Fisherman to fall back on, and it's just a vibe. Tough matchup? No, it's a really easy matchup. It's just, I didn't really know what I was matching into. A lot of times whenever you're playing ladder or you're playing Clash Royale, you don't know what your opponent's going to have. So you got to run decks that are adaptable and relatively safe. Since I had Tombstone, I also ended up having Fisherman and Zappies. The defense was a lot better than you would expect. I was going to say a lot more better. I was going to be super redundant. Oh, man. I played this deck and it's so good. Yeah, dude, it's definitely good. Replacement for Skeleton King. I talked about it at the start. I'm not going to repeat myself too often throughout the stream because I was really redundant at the very start. So you can go back and rewatch. If you were wondering any replacements for any of the cards today, specifically champions, just go rewatch at the very start. I guess it was only one deck, so I can talk about it, I guess. But yeah, it was going to be Giant Skeleton for Skeleton King, and if you wanted to do the Giant Skeleton for Skeleton King, you also have to replace Tombstone and put in an Electro Spear instead. Sorry. I'm used to, like, covering multiple decks with champions, but I'm only covering one deck with champions, so I can go over it without feeling super redundant. That's good. I was like, wait. It's only one thing. I'm stupid. I can definitely talk about that. Oh, man. As you guys can see, it is a bit early in the morning, but I'm still vibing and having a good time. As I said before, this is my main deck that I play. Whenever I'm tilted, this is the deck that I turn to because it generally gives us really good matchups. Even if I'm playing into a Mega Knight here, I'm not super scared. I think I can activate King Tower and be okay. So we'll see if this works out. We're gonna do this, and then we're going to go arrows. And then I think this activates King Tower. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm not. Nice. But yeah, activating King Tower there was pretty clutch, as you guys can see. Even though he had Mega Knight, I don't. Why would you zap that? Why? His name's Yeet, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna yeet that Fisherman out of this game. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm sure you don't like that Fisherman, but was it the right decision? The answer is a resounding no. Now he doesn't. Okay. All right, guys, we need to talk about this for a second. We saw Mega Knight Skeleton Barrel, right? Mega Knight Skeleton Barrel is a bait deck. Typically, it's got Bats, Goblin Gang, Spear Goblins, and that's it. Homie has a Tesla and a Mega Knight here. He's wildin'. He's wilding my dudes. I love this type of adventure. You know, I wouldn't have it any other way because you guys, if you saw me getting great matchups the entire time, you'd be like, this doesn't happen to me, Jake. This isn't fair. So I'm glad we're getting the tougher ones so we can just dominate these guys and then show you that these decks are solid. So that's the way I like to play. I'm going to Royal Ghost at the river because his elixir is a little bit lower. I'm going to go Goblin Gang here so we can go and pop the Skeleton Barrel as quickly as we can so then it doesn't get as much damage? Question mark? Okay, yeah, the Royal Ghost is doing a lot of work. We just Giant Skeleton in the back on the same side. So you don't even have to get damage with the Royal Hogs. A lot of times your Royal Ghost will get through because, like, if the Royal Ghost locks on a tower, that's 800 damage, 1,000 damage sometimes. Way more than your opponent would be ready for. Cycling Giant Skeletons in the back is a really safe play because it just goes kaboom on all of your opponent's stuff that they counter it with. And it's generally just a really good way of building up elixir and making sure that you don't waste elixir when you're cycling things in the back. You're not cycling things into the abyss, is basically what I'm trying to say. All right, we're going to go Giant Skeleton the other side, just make sure that we don't take any extra damage. He might go in for a Mega Knight here. I bet you he does. Yep, and then we're going to go for Whale Hogs on the left, and I think we win the game. I don't know. We'll see if it works out as planned, but I think this is looking pretty good. Mega Knight's still going to jump on the Fisherman because it already initiated its jump, which is kind of crazy or interesting, I guess. Going to jump onto my tower. I don't really care. Giant Skeleton locks on the tower left-hand side. We go Royal Ghost, and we're applying dual lane pressure with this deck because eventually he's just going to, he's just going to leave. This is what's going to happen, right? Or he's going to find himself in a position where he can't do anything. Now the Royal Hogs are going to the other side. Herp derp, you've got a Mega Knight and a Tesla, but it just doesn't work. So this deck destroys you every time as long as I play decently. I'm going to be able to spread you thin, and then we win. Sure, you can drop a 7 Elixir Mega Knight on top of a Goblin Gang and kill it. Or a 7 Elixir Mega Knight on top of a Royal Hogs and kill it. But then the rest of my cards in my deck are going to give me value. So if you guys are wondering, how do you beat a Mega Knight Executioner Tesla deck with a bait deck with Royal Hogs? It's very easy, as long as you know how to play the deck. Just rewind that game, watch what I did. Notice how my Royal Ghosts gave me a lot of damage. That's how I play Clash Royale. Thoughts on the level 15 and progression it'll take? I hate it. I absolutely hate level 15. I love, love, love evolutions, but level 15 straight up sucks. I'm going to have a video on that. So I had health issues, and I didn't want to rush out a video. So when you guys saw B-Rad and those guys put out a video, I was literally at the doctor, and I was like, okay, I mean, I could come home. I'm not really in a good mental state. Do I want to end up putting out a video and have a rush take that is awful that people are going to react to and be like, he doesn't even know what the heck he's talking about? The answer is a resounding no. Number one, I'm going to put my health first over my game or, you know, anything in life. Because if you don't have health, you have nothing. And number two, if I put out a bad take and I do that, then I feel like, you know, I only get one opportunity to make this video. I want to make sure it's good. So right now, my goal is to have this video out by the end of the day tomorrow. But I'm going to see if I can push my editor to get it out tonight. I don't think it's possible because I don't want to grind my editor to the ground and be like, you got to do this. But I'm really going to push for it. So we'll see if it's possible. They wake up in around 5 hours. So I'll be talking to my editor in 5 hours. I have what I have said. It's all recorded. We just need some editing so it's not just super bland. That's what we're doing. Okay, buddy? Yeah. I just wanted to be honest with you guys about everything. Full transparency. Anyway, did you swap Fisherman for this deck? You don't swap Fisherman for this deck, otherwise it's awful. You can't swap out Fisherman. As you saw, I was able to activate King Tower against Mega Knight and win a matchup that you probably wouldn't be able to win if you didn't have Fisherman. Fisherman is one of those cards that you learn the mechanics of, and you will win way more games. It is such an important thing. So this is my main deck. As of right now, I'm not going to make a video on this deck yet, because I don't know if it's the best deck for my deck yet. I always talk to top pro players. I play the deck for a long time, and then I figure, what is my best deck, my best main deck for the meta? And I've played Rail Recruits, Rail Hogs as my main deck in Clash Royale. So I don't know what the best version is yet, but I assume, like right now, at the moment, this is what I would go with if you guys made me pick. So that's why I'm showing it right now. Everyone wants to know what Royal Hogs, Rail Recruits deck would I play, because that's my main deck. Spear Goblin Hut, unfortunately, got really bad. Well, actually, no. Fortunately, it got really bad because no one likes losing to goblins and no one likes losing to spawners. You feel me on that? Oh, wow. Surprisingly, another Mega Knight player. Wow. Unique strategy. All right, so I think I'm okay here. Maybe I'm not. We're going to have Skeleton Dragons, and then we're not going to take as much damage as the guy's hoping for. I think he was thinking he would take the entire tower, but now he's got Skeleton Dragons. If he's got Fireball, I'm screwed. So just going to put that caveat out there right now. If I had Fisherman or something, I'd be vibing, but I did not have Fisherman to activate King Tower there, so we're just going to try to do a lot of damage here instead. We're going to go for a Fireball on top of the Archer Queen. If we can knock it to the other side, that's awesome. If not, then I'm going to do more damage than he did, so that's pretty good. I mean, we take those. I'm going to go arrows here, finish off the Archer Queen, try to get some extra tower damage with it as well. Looks like I'm in a pretty good spot. Okay. Do I get this down in time? I don't. If I drop it, it's going to still splash onto my tower, so it's not worth it. So playing against someone with Mega Knight and wall breakers and the tendency of playing extremely aggressive at the start. Not my favorite thing in Clash Royale. You guys already know the deal. I don't like having people play that aggressive, but I think it was the right play for him, so he played well. All right, we're going to go in for Royal recruits at the river. We're going to spam them on both sides. He's probably going to have bats, right? The Archer Queen is a bit of a nuisance. I don't have any good way of killing the bats. He'll just bats on the fly machine. I don't have enough elixir for the skeleton dragons. If I take the tower, I'm pretty happy, though. Oh! Oh, wait, what is he doing? Okay, we take those. He didn't bats. He took a ton of damage. I am very happy with this progression of events. Okay, so we can go in for a Goblin Cage here. We can Fireball. There's a lot of different things that I have available. Guess I'm going to go Goblin Cage. Yep, that's going to be able to clap that. We're currently up 1,300 damage, which is pretty cool. All right, so the unfortunate thing about recruits on defense against Mega Knight is, I'm sure you guys know this, but they don't all end up going to the side that you want, right? So it's kind of hard. So we're going to go for arrows here, finish off the bats as quickly as we can. The Mega Knight should be out of cycle, so I'm going to Royal Hogs here. You Royal Hogs in that position that I just did, one tile away from the maximum distance from the river, and then they all still go towards the tower. And if you're able to do that, you pop off with some serious value. As you guys can see, I think we definitely outplayed this guy, and we're probably going to win. He's not even doing any damage to my tower with the Sneaky Bandit because, unfortunately for him, my mechanics don't suck. You know, I might not be the best player in the game, but I'm still top 1,000, 2,000 player in the world, and I'm not going to let a bandit connect to my tower. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, GG, and well played. We'll jump on the next one, and we'll show the Ultimate Champion emoji because we weren't able to show that in game yet. It's very cool. Why do you compete in the CR challenge? Oh, you guys were asking about CRL. Everyone expects me to play in CRL. As I said before, I am not that good at the Clash Royale. I am a top 1,000 to 2,000 player in the world. I just said that. That's my skill level. So yes, I could probably hit top 1,000 in the world. And could I compete in the CRL in-game thing? Yeah, definitely. Would I lose all of my games? The answer is yes. I would literally lose every game that I play. Maybe like 1 in 4, 0 in 5, something like that. If I'm playing against people better than me, it's just not very fun from a standpoint of like playing this game as a job, right? I don't want to play this game as a job. I want to play it for fun and create different content and different decks every day. I don't want to make like super try-hard content about Clash Royale League or anything like that. So, you know, I do what I enjoy every day, and that's how it will always be. Any replacements for Goblin Cage? You could use Tombstone instead and Skeleton King instead of like Skeleton Dragons, and that would work. But I assume that you probably don't have that. You could run Tombstone instead, potentially. Tombstone instead of Goblin Cage, or Bomb Tower instead of Goblin Cage. I would say Bomb Tower probably, if I had to pick. If you're like, Jake, you need to pick a building right now, I would pick Bomb Tower. It's still not that great, though. All right, is Mother Witch a good card? Yeah, Mother Witch is a goated card. So, all right, let's show the different version of this deck, assuming you don't have any champions. So let's say you don't have any champions, and you're unlucky. Here we are. This deck. This is the version. I'll play this for one game. Please tell us, stop and tell us what the best deck is. The best deck is the best deck that you're good with. So if you play any of those 3 decks that I showed and you're okay with them, play that deck and don't try to learn something else. However, if you are starting fresh and you haven't played any of the decks, the Royal Giant deck that I'm showing right now, but with Skeleton King and Tombstone, is the best deck to play because it's so easy. You don't have to be good at the game. You just defend with stuff, and then you counter push with the Royal Giant, and then you pretty much win the game. That's how it is. So I'm just going to be real with y'all. This deck is pretty brainless. And if you want to get higher ranks, you can probably be pretty bad at Clash Royale and still achieve them. So that's the cool thing about it, or the bad thing about it, depending on who you are as a person. I think that the Electro Spirit should have been better, but whatever. We still get the pig. I think we're going to go for a Royal Giant here since he doesn't have P.E.K.K.A. and Cycle. I'm okay with this. No P.E.K.K.A. and Cycle. I don't know what he's going to do. Okay, he's an Electro Wizard. I hope that... if we go in for Split Zappies and then Barbrill here, I think that's our best bet. Okay, that's mad annoying. Why does he have Tornado in this? Well, this is the first P.E.K.K.A. Tornado player that I've ever seen in my life. Kappa. With Battle Ram, though. I think this is my first P.E.K.K.A. Battle Ram player that I've ever seen with Tornado. 99% of the time, if they have Tornado, they're going to have Balloon. Not this guy, though. Okay, so that's not going to dash on my tower. It's just going to walk on my tower and get a hit. Appreciate the positivity and self-awareness. It's refreshing to see. Keep up the good work, says Taylor. Dude, I appreciate you, man. A lot of people don't understand things when I say things. Like, for instance, people were so upset when I was like, yo, I can't get a video out to you guys immediately about level 15. They're like, you're super sellout. I'm like, bro, I just can't. You know, like, it's just... physically with what I'm dealing with right now or with what I'm doing and the quality of the content that I want to put out, I can't really rush my take. And the fact that you appreciate that means a lot, man. The fact that you understand that means a lot. Sometimes people just, like, I don't know if you know this or if you guys see this on the internet, but a lot of times you'll say something that makes sense and then people will either disregard it and then just disingenuously skip to something else or not read what you said. And then they'll just attack you. And it's like, but bro, I gave a reason. Please understand. I think that happens a lot, and it's just I'm really, really glad that our community, the people that I actually care about, the people that are actually here, understand where I'm coming from and what I'm saying. Were you in Finland? Yeah, I was in Finland. Also, jumping back to the game here, I cycle a giant skeleton in the back since it's the safest bet to do. He's gonna have tornado magic archer, so I guess that was his strategy. But here's the thing: when you set up a big push and they only have P.E.K.K.A., what you can do is this. You fisherman and you yoink the P.E.K.K.A. They can't P.E.K.K.A. They can't P.E.K.K.A. because it's just going to get yoinked. You can't P.E.K.K.A. on top of the Royal Giant, so what is he going to do? He's going to P.E.K.K.A. later. You're going to P.E.K.K.A. so late. You're just dead. You're just dead. The game's over. GG. On to the next one. So this is how the deck works. You are able to play against people that use cards like P.E.K.K.A. or maybe a high damage card like mini P.E.K.K.A. or whatever. You pull it with the fisherman, and then they're like, wait, I have nothing for the Royal Giant. You guys saw how I defended the entire time. I got an elixir advantage, and after I had the elixir advantage, then I plopped down my Royal Giant. This deck is absolutely brainless. Cycle giant skeletons in the back, cycle mother witches, wait for your opponent to make a mistake and watch them overcommit, and then you drop your Royal Giant. If you're dropping your Royal Giant randomly at the river, you're going to lose, and you're going to be like, Jake, this deck sucks. I'm not able to win in Clash Royale. And I'm like, but bro, you're not playing it very well. It's a skill issue then. So yeah, just play defensive. Your opponents at Ultimate Champion level or under Ultimate Champion level, they're going to make a ton of mistakes. These guys, everyone that you're playing against, are not the best players in Clash Royale. Even if they somehow have a decent matchup into you, you're still going to win because they're going to overcommit, and then your Skeleton King or your Giant Skeleton is going to give you huge value. Really easy, really simple. That's the reason why I'm recommending this deck as the #1 deck to play. Also, if you guys enjoy my tips and tricks, please make sure to drop a like on this video. It supports me for free, and it pushes out my content to more people. So the best way of supporting me for free is just liking the video. And then also, you know, I put out daily videos at 3 p.m. Eastern every single day. So subscribe. And if you want to hear my take on level 15 that's unfiltered, I'm going to have that soon. I'm going to have that in the next 24 hours, ideally, or maybe later. I hope it's in the next 24 hours. But yeah, my philosophy on the level 15 take, you guys need to say exactly what you feel at all points in time, but don't rush to the keyboard and type the first thing that comes to mind. Make sure that you are saying, hey, I hate the update and here's why. This is what I would change. Instead of, I hate you and you guys suck, because that's not conducive for conversation. If you're saying, I hate this and here's how I fix it, or I hate that you're doing this, this isn't good for the game, that's good, because then they're getting the feedback that you hate something, and if they see a lot of people hating something, they'll probably be forced or pressured to respond. That's a good thing, right? So just make sure that when you're typing things, make sure it's not riddled with personal insults. But I really encourage you guys to be talking about what you do and don't like. Really, really important to be talking about things that you're passionate about and things that you feel strongly about. How old are you? I'm 26. Is Mother Witch a good card? Yeah, Mother Witch is a goated card. As I said before, very good in Fireball Bait. Very, very good in decks that have Fireball Bait. Oh, this is going to be Graveyard. Not necessarily my favorite matchup, but it's winnable since we do have Mother Witch. Most Royal Giant decks struggle here, but if you can go for Mother Witch in the back and get a ton of piggies because they went for an overcommitment with their graveyard, then you look at them and you're like, do you regret that graveyard? I hope you do, sir. We can Royal Giant again because we're up Elixir. So he went in for a graveyard. His win condition's out of cycle. He can't punish me. If their win condition's out of cycle, they can't really do much. Oh! Oh my god! No way! I can't believe that stayed alive. That's so memes. See, you guys see what I'm talking about, right? I don't drop my Royal Giant at the river. I wait for my opponent to do a bad play, and then I ruin their day. That's how it works. How can you keep this positive energy all the time? I don't. That's the reality of it. I'm not super omega ultra positive at all points in time. When I play a video game for my living and I'm able to enjoy that, it's really fun for me. So truthfully, I try to be as positive as possible because that allows me to lead a better life. When you're happier, more positive things are going to happen to you, right? And when you're happier, you're going to be generally putting yourself in a position where you can have better things happen just because you're not going to be looking for the negatives in life as often. But at the same time, I'm not always going to be happy. Like, for instance, you're going to see in the level 15 video, I'm not happy, right? Like, it's just that's one of those things, like, I'm talking realistically about the things I dislike, right? So there's one of those things that you want to, when you can control it, you want to be happy because that's going to make sure that life is better. You're going to be living life in a situation where, you know, you're looking at the better things, like glass half full instead of half empty. But if the glass is empty, you want to talk about the glass so you can actually make changes. You don't want to live in some paradise that's false. You can't do that, you know? That's just, that's how life is. But yeah, and then also, like, when I was, you know, I had a health concern, like, yesterday, or not yesterday, like 2 days ago, that I was scared out of my mind, man. Like, I was literally sitting there, I was talking to my girlfriend, like, what is this? Is this going to get fixed or whatever? Like, what's going on? And then, like, I was literally rattled. I couldn't create content. I couldn't create videos. I wasn't in the mindset to do that. So there's definitely universes and situations where I'm not super positive, right? But when I am able to be positive, I'm always going to choose being positive since it leads to better outcomes in life for me. Okay, going back to the game, you can tombstone on defense as well in this position. Notice what I'm doing? The skeletons are going to be able to bombard our opponent's graveyard skeletons. So our 2 elixir skeletons are countering his 5 elixir skeletons. Feels pretty good, man. So I like that. I'm a big fan of getting better value with my skeletons. So I'm going to Mother Witch here. We also want to start Royal Gianting in the back. I haven't really talked about this, but when you Royal Giant in the back, what your opponent will do is he's going to overcommit on the left-hand side. Guaranteed. He's going to drop all of his crap there. It's going to be funny because then he's not going to have anything for the Royal Giant on the right. I'm going to cycle 2 Royal Giants. Ideally, you want to cycle a Skeleton King before you do this. But I didn't have the card cycle for that. All right, so now we're going to go for another Mother Witch. We've got the Tombstone. We've got everything that we would ever want. We're going to go in for Zappies here as well. We're not going to click the Skeleton King ability because it doesn't do anything. Now we're going to Royal Giant on the right-hand side, and he's probably dead. I just don't see any universe where he's able to defend this. Maybe he's going to go in for the wrong play of going for a Tombstone. No, sorry, not Tombstone, Tesla, and we're able to Fireball it. Guy just lost the game, and there really wasn't anything to do. I actually Fireballed nothing. I thought I was going to hit the Ice Wizard. A little bit embarrassing, but it doesn't really matter. Very, very, very easy win. Again, guys, we're dominating people today. We're taking no prisoners. We're only taking dominant Ws. What is this deck's worst matchup? Lava Hound with Fireball and then Inferno Dragon. That's a problem. But to be fair, there aren't too many of those players. How much money have you spent on the game till now? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is it personal to ask what the serious health concern is? Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. It's just like embarrassing type of thing. But just let you guys know, it's anyone that's worried about me. I went to the doctor. He's like, I'm glad that you came here. It's going to be, you take this medication, it's gone in a week. So I'm going to be fine in a week. So I get the medication tomorrow. I'll be fine in a week. That's kind of cool. So I'm happy about that. So that's always a vibe. So thank you guys for caring about me. It always, you know, whenever someone's like, yo, Jake, are you working out? Are you healthy or whatever? It always makes me happy. So I do appreciate you guys. Anyway, we are going to be going for how many more games until we're Ultimate Champion? Probably not many, right? We're just going to play the best deck for the rest of these games. I showed the other decks. Now we're just going to keep grinding this and showing you guys what's up. What's your take on Lava Hound? I hate Lava Hound because I never get good matchups with it. And I feel like I can't make outplays with it because when you jump a Lava Hound into a Harry Potter Inferno Tower with a Tornado, you just lose. In my opinion, there's just nothing you can do. And that's just the reality of it for me. Like, I like playing decks like this where you kind of just have situations where you win games because your deck is strong and you can counter everything in the game if you're good enough. Okay, so this guy's going to have Inferno Dragon, not the card that we were looking for. I'm going to click the ability just to distract whatever he's going to drop. I'm going to go for a Bar Barrel here to finish off the cannon cart, ideally. If you don't kill the cannon cart, then it's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. This is annoying. All right, I think that we probably don't want to cycle that much, but I have to Fireball this just in case. We want to Fireball it relatively later so then we can still replenish our elixir. I'm down a lot. I think I'm down a bunch. The guy's got Inferno Dragon. Is this Electro Giant? I hope it's Electro Giant. Because we got Zappies and we also have Tombstone, so it ain't that bad. The bad thing is the Inferno Dragon. That's such a nuisance, man. All right, so let's go Skeleton King in the back so we can collect the souls from all the skeletons on the map. And I still don't know what our dude is packing. Is he frozen? No, I think I'm fine. You should refresh the stream or the VOD if that's the case. All right, we're going to go in for a Mother Witch here, and then we're going to go in for a Barbril, and then we can click the ability just so we can guarantee that we can go in tank for the rest of the Inferno Dragon. And I think that the Inferno Dragon is going to fall. I think we're going to be okay here. Yeah, let's just go and try to pull that cannon card ideally. Okay, did it not pull the cannon card? Am I actually screwed? Okay, no, we're going to pull the cannon card. We're fine. All right, let's go Zappies. If he doesn't freeze me, we're fine. Wow, the Fisherman was able to kill it by itself. I didn't even know that interaction. So, like, right now, I'm just sitting in the middle. I'm like, bruh, I don't know these interactions. I guess I'm not good enough at the game to tell you guys to play aggressive or whatever, because I personally don't want to lose the game, right? Like, if you don't know what you're doing, don't play aggressive. Just wait for your opponent to make the first misplay. Just like that. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that misplay. That was awesome. So he's probably going to end up having freeze, most likely. We'll see. Okay, he's going to snowball as well. That's fine. Notice how the Inferno Dragon... Oh, it should have been targeting the pigs. That's awful. So I just dropped a lot of elixir. All right, we're going to go in for a Skeleton King Royal Giant push because we end up having all of our counter-pushing stuff. He's definitely going to Valkyrie here, so let's go and pull it with a Fisherman. And then go and click the Skeleton King ability, and then probably just win the game. So notice how we were not even pulling like a P.E.K.K.A here. We're just pulling... we were able to pull... What was it? A Valkyrie, and it was still value. The Fisherman on offense to defense, or defense to offense, is huge. It's such a big benefit. Like, it's massive. Honestly. All right, so what are you going to do? Yeah, you're not able to hit the Zappies, so good luck with that, buddy. All right. So I'm going to do this. Go in for another Skeleton King. I'm not going to cycle anything else. I'm going to go for 2 Royal Giant strategy again because it worked out pretty well for us in the last time. I think it's probably our best bet. I'm going to go in for this, and then we'll go Mother Witch, and then he has to pick between arrowing on the Mother Witch and the snowballing on the Mother Witch, or snowballing on the Zappies. Either one of them is bad for him. Yep, both of these is really bad for him. Now he's dead. We just cycled 2 of them. I'm not going to click the ability because I'm going to click the ability. I'm going to click the ability for sure. Yeah, there's nothing you can do, right? Right? Right, my dudes? So long, sir. Wow, that was so easy. It's almost as if he overcommitted once and lost the game. Yeah, I was going to take 2 towers. So as you guys can see, this deck is really, really good. Super solid. Imagine this deck after the evolutions, too. Like, let's just be real for a second. If you guys think that this deck is going to get worse after the evolutions, you're wrong. It's going to be way better. This deck is going to be a monster. Imagine the evolved Royal Giant. Let's be real for a second. These guys are struggling with a regular Royal Giant. My homies don't know what's going to hit them when a big boy with the golden balls is being pummeling their tower, right? Absolutely insane stuff. Thanks for all the amazing content. Been a long time viewer, and it's always great to come home after work and watch some SirTag. Here's a little something for all your hard work. Good luck with the stream, says Mega Cartman. Thank you, man. Lots of love to you and lots of love to this community. Thank you. Let's keep going. Let's keep grinding. It's sus. That's big golden balls. Hey, Clash Royale said it themselves. You tell them it's sus. Not me, man. Don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. How many accounts do you have? I have 2. I have 2 accounts. Skeleton King is the worst champion in the game for real? No, it isn't. Not even close, bro. Are you kidding me? Like, that is so unbelievably inaccurate. Golden Knight is by far the worst, and Golden Knight is still really, really, really good with Tornado. So, that's just a fact. Mighty Miner is still the best, and then Monk, Skeleton King, I don't know where they are. Archer Queen, I still don't know. Like, those 3 are afterwards. And then you've got Golden Knight, where it only really works with Tornado. This is how it is. Yo, 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 yo. Let's keep going. All champions are good. Yeah, all champions are broken. All champions are really, really strong. Okay, I'm going to cycle my Zappies in the back. I'm going to split him up so that he doesn't get any ideas. Ideally, cycling the Tombstone would have been better than that because now I don't have my Zappies in cycle anymore, but... Huh. Let's go for dual lane pressure. Because he doesn't have Barbs back in cycle, right? The Fisherman is going to force out some amount of elixir, and then we can Royal Giant on the right-hand side. Yep, I'm glad we got a zap out of him. That's something. Just Fireball here. Is he going to lose the entire Lava Hound right now before he's able to get back to Barbs? I hope he doesn't get back to Barbs in time. Because if we go in for Mother Witch here and we melt this, we might be able to win the game. It also could be really close. I don't know if we're going to win or lose here. It's actually looking a little bit more juicy. Yeah, I think I lost. Yep, that was a bad fireball on my end. Unless we sack the tower here and then make a comeback. Anyway, I'm going to give him a well played. I guess the fireball and the skeleton dragons is a bit ambitious. So, unfortunately, that didn't work out in our favor. Here's the thing, though. He's going to end up having no barbs in cycle, so he has to go in for an Inferno Dragon to go and counter the Royal Giant. Is that going to work for him? Guess I don't want a Royal Giant. What if I go Skeleton King with the Zappies instead? And then I go in for a Fisherman on the left-hand side and lock on a tower. He's going to Inferno Dragon as expected. I hope that we're able to take tower here with the Fisherman. I think it does. Okay, cool. So if I somehow defend this right-hand side, I can win the game. That is what we have to work for. Minor, 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 minor. Okay, that's not a minor. There's the minor. All right, we're going to have to go in for like a Skeleton King here and then Fireball when the Lava Hound pops. Not ideal, but... Okay, yeah, I'm just dead. So as you can see, I talked about Inferno Dragon Lava Hound with Fireball being the main issue or the main hard counter to this deck. It's still very winnable. I don't think I played very well. I think I didn't play perfect. So I overcommitted and I lost the game. I wish I won this matchup because then that would have given you guys a template on how to win it. But I wasn't good enough. I messed up. So that was my fault. Not just a hard counter. It's more so I could have played that better as well. So GG and well played, and we'll jump on to the next one. The Inferno Dragon is the biggest issue because if the Inferno Dragon locks onto your units... or locks onto your tower, and your Zappies aren't able to lock onto the Inferno Dragon to reset it, then you lose the game. That's the main issue. And I'm glad that we were able to highlight that. I'm happy that, you know, someone can see the weakness of the deck as well. So if you guys lose that, don't feel super bad. What are your plans if Clash Royale dies? Well, I have a lot of transferable skill sets. I don't know if you guys know, but like as a YouTuber, we consult a lot of different games. We consult a lot of different gaming companies. And for someone like me, I'm really passionate about Clash Royale, and I don't think that it's going to be dying. I think that Clash Royale is in a pretty good spot from a perspective of what they need to fix is only the stupid level 15. If they're able to do that, then the game would be in a much better spot. Evolutions are awesome. Once they balance it, I think that's going to be extremely good for the game. Level 15 is a massive problem, and they have to fix it. But I don't think it's going to die because I think that they're going to respond to us, especially after all the videos and everything that people are creating. Okay, so jumping back into the game, I want to focus on this because I don't want to throw. Okay, so we can Fireball here. I don't want to Fireball, but I think I kind of have to. Maybe I don't have to, actually. All right, let's go Skeleton King, activate King Tower. No! Oh, see, that's a problem when I don't focus. I do dumb stuff like that. All right, well, anyway. See, like, I could have said something there while I was explaining something to you, and I could have said the wrong thing, and then people would clip it out of context, and they would just, like, flame me to eternity, right? And then also, while playing, sometimes I'll say something, or, like, sorry, while playing, maybe I'll make a mess up because I'm trying to commentate and play at the same time. Man, I need to get better at that. I think that's one of the main struggles for me. All right, no. Okay, please just get reset, thank God. All right, E-Barbs as well, interesting. This guy's deck is really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before. Fantastic Fireball, and we're in a pretty bad spot after that, so we'll see if we can bounce back. Man, I don't like losing 2 games in a row. The issue here is you didn't destroy Lava Hound well enough. I know, dude. The issue is I just lost. That's the issue. I wasn't good, bro. All right, we're in a Tombstone here on defense against the Bandit, and then we can go in for a Skeleton King as well. So, looks like we're in a pretty good spot. All right, we're going to do this. I like that I said I'm in a pretty good spot as well when our tower's at 200 HP. Definitely not idealistic at all, right? All right. Let's see what we can do here. Not looking great, actually. Maybe the Mother Witch on the right-hand side can take an entire tower if we're lucky. But I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I just needed to play better at the start. I also don't understand what this deck is. Dang. This one just doesn't feel like it should be a loss to me, but I did mess this up. So, my bad, guys. I'm going to fully focus in the next game. I will read the comments and the stuff after I win this next game, so I don't throw the start. My bad. I should have just activated King Tower with the Lumberjack using our Fisherman, but I didn't do that, so that's kind of embarrassing. All right, is Skeleton King substitute? Yeah. Skeleton King substitute is at the very start. I talk about that at the start. Shout out from the Philippines. Want to shout out from my... Oh, dude. Philippines is an amazing country. Also, don't spam things in the chat too often, because if I see it, I don't want my chat to be, like, cluttered on the same stuff. Brazil here. Yo, what's up? What's going on? All right, so I told you guys I was going to focus. I don't want to lose too many games because it takes a while. It takes a while to make that happen. It takes a while to make a comeback after you lose games. The Fisherman in the back is generally a pretty bad play, but I don't think he's going to have Giant Skeleton. I think it's going to be a P.E.K.K.A deck, and I have Tombstone, so tries to do some shenanigans with P.E.K.K.A. It's not super scary. All right, so remember, the P.E.K.K.A players that we play against, all we have to do is defend, wait for them to make a mess up, and then win the game. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy, and that's what we're going to do. So we can go in for a P.E.K.K.A counter with Tombstone if we wanted to. If we go for Royal Giant, he's probably going to P.E.K.K.A. It's going to get zapped by the Zappies. And because we're at more of an advantage than him, I don't think he can really safely do this. Oh, he's going to try to do it anyway. Yeah, no, I think he's screwed. He should have P.E.K.Ka'd. He probably should have P.E.K.Ka'd in my opinion. And since he didn't, he's taking a gigantic amount of damage. All right, we're going to go in for a Skeleton King here. It splashes onto all this stuff. And then he doesn't have Electro Wizard in cycles because since he just lost it. So he probably goes in for a Magic Archer in the middle. We can't really pull with the Fisherman, can we? Adaram. Okay. Well, we're just going to Tombstone that. We're going to drop our Tombstone a little bit later. And the reason why we don't drop our Tombstone immediately is because we don't want him to Fireball it. Yeah, he still Fireballs it. It's just a bad play. And now he's down a lot of Elixir and doesn't have Fireball in cycle. So you guys already know we waited for him to make the bad play. And now he pays. You make the bad play, and now you pay. And we're just going to Royal Giant. And then he's dead, right? So all we have to do is go for the Royal Giant here. And then it's just there's no way for him to defend because he Fireballed the Tombstone Skeletons and was down 4 Elixir. This is why I play Clash Royale. This is how I play Clash Royale. This is what we do. All I have to do is find a way to defend this P.E.K.K.A, and then I win the game. That's it. I think I'm going to eat some damage on the left-hand side and just Fireball the Magic Archer. That's the strategy that I'm going for right now. We're going to do this. Eat the damage, and then go for a Mother Witch here, and then go Tombstone if we want. I'm going to drop Tombstone up high, so then he doesn't Fireball on top of everything. Yep. So notice how you sometimes have to eat damage so you don't take a monstrous P.E.K.K.A hit. I took 1 Bandit connection, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really care about that. It doesn't really do anything to me, man. Sure, you're able to get the Magic Archer on my tower, but then I've got a Bard Barrel. So, about that, buddy. You're not going to get enough damage. So, we can go in for, like, a Royal Giant in the middle if we wanted, and then click the Skeleton King ability, so then it's going to be harder for him to defend everything. Especially with the Royal Giant just doing a lot of damage and tanking for the Skeletons. Pretty nice. And a Fireball here. Not even going to try to hit the tower, because I want to hit all the units. And then I can Bard Barrel to clean this all up. So... not super bad, not super tough. We're just going to Bard Barrel here, as I said before. Clean it all up, going for a Skeleton King, and then get a very easy win. So I'm sure you guys can notice a common theme. If you mess up, you're probably going to lose the game, and it's a skill issue, right? That's what happened the last 2 games. I messed up, wasn't very focused, took a lot of damage, and can't really complain about the deck because it was my fault not focusing up, and I took too much damage at the start. When my opponent messes up, I win the game. That's just how it is. My name is Gabriel, and I wanted to say I love your content and your positivity. I love you too, man. The win streak starts now. Yes, sir. Man, our community is built different right now. Just seeing a ton of good vibes, ton of awesome people. Seriously, thank you guys for being here. A good Grand Challenge deck? All the decks that I'm showing today are great Grand Challenge decks. They're great for ladder. They're great for Path of Legends, for Trophy Road. These decks work everywhere, and that's why I'm showing them. They're easy to play. They're easy to understand. And you can actually get better by playing these decks. They're played at the top of the world. Mohammed Light literally used this to get number 1 and 2 in the world. So that's why I'm showing it, so then everyone can improve. You guys don't have to ask any more questions about decks. Just, you know, play these decks if you want to play Royal Giant or if you like the deck because they're very, very good. If you don't care about what deck you play, then just play this. And you don't have to worry anymore. He's dead. Game's over. Wow, that was pretty funny how that worked out. Will there be a video today? So I've been working on the level 15 video, so I haven't been able to record any content. I've recorded no new content in the last couple days, so that's why I am, you know, since there's no new content and nothing that I want to focus all of my attention on the level 15 video since it's super important to me. So that's why you aren't getting another video. You're getting a stream today instead. Yo, the Mega Knight was going to jump, but it didn't. I'm playing with this guy's feelings at this point. That's how it is. Jake, too much content coming soon. Will you use your Mortag channel soon? Yeah, I will. I will be using my Mortag channel. We'll be creating a lot more content. I'm actually pretty psyched for that. Also, we split up the skeleton army, so I don't even have to respond to it. If it was a full skeleton army, I would have to bar barrel there. Knowing those type of interactions and not spending extra elixir when you don't need to is the difference between being a good player and a player that loses. So, for instance, the last player that we beat, the reason why he lost is because he overspent elixir. He dropped a fireball for no reason. So if you don't manage your elixir correctly, even if you do the right counters on defense, if you don't have enough elixir, you're dead. The guy had P.E.K.K.A and Electro Wizard. He had enough to go. He had the right cards to go and counter my stuff, but he didn't have enough elixir, so he just lost the game. That's how this game works. It's not just a deck building thing or a strategy thing. It's also an elixir management game. It's like a mini economy that you have to manage. Really important. That's what most people don't understand. It's not just doing the right strategies or the right combos. It's knowing when to spend elixir and when not to. And when you're losing games, most of the time, that's the reason why you lose. You're not spending elixir at the right times. Okay, this is a pretty bad fisherman, I think. Let's see if it works out. Can I just fireball on that earlier? I don't think I need to. Let's just go and pull the Mega Knight directly into the fisherman and then kill everything. Wow, this is just so easy. Yeah, so I guess if we're playing against decks like this, it's not that big of a concern because all we have to do is drop tombstones or a fisherman. And notice how the tombstone eats the Hog Rider alive. It doesn't even get a hit. So we go click the Skeleton King ability for the memes more so than anything else. And we'll move on to the next one. Let's keep going. Hey, bro, says Joss. What's up, Joss? What's going on, man? What do you think about the new OG Logbait deck? Oh, yeah, OG Logbait deck sucks. You have to run Mighty Miner. There are some decks that you can run that are different substitutions, and I'll be showing some decent Logbait decks on my YouTube channel. But the best Logbait decks are always the ones with Mighty Miner, so that's just how it is. Logbait will still always work. It works with Valkyrie instead of Mighty Miner in most situations, but I don't love Logbait, especially after the Rocket nerf. After the Rocket nerf, Logbait just doesn't feel as good. Most of the time. You have to have really good mechanics. I think you are the best CR YouTuber, are you? From a skill level? Hell no. Not even close, bro. As I've said before, I will reiterate this time and time again. Everyone overestimates my skill. If I'm winning games and beating people that I'm higher ranked than, like if I'm playing against people that are like top 5,000 in the world, top 4,000 in the world, and I'm beating them, that doesn't mean that I'm like an amazing player. It just means I'm a top 1,000 to 2,000 in the world player at the end of the season. Am I the best skill level player? Definitely not. Am I the best YouTuber? That's subjective. You guys can have your own conclusions. You can think whoever's the best YouTuber. You can love my content or you can hate it. Personally, I love my content, and that's how every YouTuber should feel. I think that if you talk to Cashman, if you talk to B-Rad, if you talk to KFC, if you talk to all of those YouTubers, I bet you each one of them will be like, I like my specific content the most, because that's why they're creating their content the way that they're creating it. If you don't like your content specifically the most, then that's a problem. Then you really need to work on creating your content to a different degree and better, right? That's the thing about YouTube. Everything's subjective. Everyone has different styles. Everyone has different preferences, including the content creators themselves. So I like my content the most out of Clash Royale content because that's why I create my content the way that I'm creating it. So that's just how it is. And I think that, you know, you can look at views and see who has the most views. And obviously, if you want to look at it from that metric, then you can find out who is the generally most popular, best content creator from that perspective, right? You can do that. And then you can just look at it from there if you want to ask. But my opinion doesn't matter because it's subjective. And no one's opinion really matters on that. I think when people have conversations or tier lists or dumb things like that, and they're like putting other content creators down, that's a really crappy thing to do because it's just like, you know, everyone has different opinions and it's just totally subjective. Totally subjective. So I'm never going to say, wow, I don't like someone's content, or I'm never going to ever pay attention to someone that doesn't like my content, because the only thing that matters is what you like and what you vibe with personally. For instance, if you don't like something, guys, never hate on it. Never hate on someone's YouTube content. Just be like, hey, I don't watch this. It's fine that I don't watch this. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that like it. And that's how it is. As long as the content's not destructive or harmful or bad for people in any way, right? That's the only time that things deserve hate or criticism from a standpoint of content comparison type of stuff, in my opinion. Anyway, that's my point. I didn't really reiterate it in the best way, but basically what I'm trying to say, the only thing that really matters is it's all subjective. You guys can like different content, and there's no best content creator. There's a best content creator for a specific person or for favorite type of style, and that's it. Okay, he just dropped his Inferno Tower on the Skeleton King, so I think he's probably not in a good spot. We'll see if this works out. I was not focused the entire match. And that's just I guess that's a tribute to how good this deck is. If you don't even focus, you can sometimes still get good interactions and maybe even win the game. Kind of crazy to think about if you're me. A fireball on both of those, and we're going to go in for zappies off in the corner. All right, let's think about how we want to win this. So if we go Skeleton King, it's going to allow us to have a 3-card cycle. I think it's in my best interest to go in for the Royal Giant on the healthier tower, so if he rockets it, he's not able to hit the tower he wants. Then we can go in for a Fisherman and go and pull the Princess, ideally. And then if he goes Goblins or whatever, then it's fine, because we still kill the Princess. And then we collect all of his Goblins and turn them into pigs. And then we go Zappies here, and we tank, and then we go in for a Barb Barrel. And then we go in for another Royal Giant. And then his Inferno Tower is dead. He's probably going to have to rock it. Oh, he's going to get back to another Inferno Tower. Okay, cool. We're going to go Skeleton King here. Fireball on the Inferno Tower because there's barely anything left. Skeleton King ability. And then I think I win the game. One more hit. I didn't get that last hit. That kind of sucks. So if he gets like Goblins down and predicts this Fisherman, that would have been pretty bad for us. But obviously he didn't do that, so that's good. I'm going to go Zappies, and then he's going to rock it. Totally fine. Guess I'm going to go Barb Barrel here so I don't take as much damage. And then I can just start the Fireball cycle because it doesn't really matter what else I do now. I think 2 Fireballs is probably all we need, and that should be it. I'm going to cycle back to a Barb Barrel for the Goblin Barrel that is definitely further back. You look at the shadow of the Goblin Barrel, and you're able to identify where it is. It's just a really easy game. I won that game without paying attention at all, just commentating and talking to you guys and going off on this complete tangent. So, proof this deck destroys Logbait. You guys are asking about Logbait. Logbait's pretty easy. Big time fan. You motivated me to play Clash Royale, and you're the only content creator that I've followed and improved playing Clash Royale. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I like to hear. After the game, can you show the deck? Yep, here's the deck again. You can also rewind to the very start of the stream. I talk about deck substitutions and how to play the deck a little bit more. I rambled a little bit more at the start of the video, but it breaks down all the decks that I recommend and why I recommend them and what I would change if you don't have champions. You can go back to the start of the video and do that. Do you ever BM? I BM people when they BM me first, and it's only like, haha, this guy just kept spamming laughing faces at me when he thought he won. Then I'll be like, the no emote, this one. I'll do this one at the end, and I'll be like, you got finessed. Sometimes I'll say things in my videos as well after someone BMs me the entire time, and we'll make like a cheeky comment that will be good or fun for a video. I love doing that because, like, I don't know. I think that BMing, whatever, like, it's not that satisfying to randomly BM people that don't necessarily deserve it. It's really funny when someone thinks that they've won and they've been laughing at you the entire match, and then you make a YouTube video and you're like, ha, I beat you, and now it's immortalized in a YouTube video that you lost after you thought that you won. Redemption. That's kind of my ultimate BM cheese tactic, is like immortalizing it in a video because I think it's pretty funny. Anyway, this guy is in a bad spot. We're just going to Fireball here. We're not going to go and click the ability just yet. We're going to click the ability afterward. Then we're going to go for a Fisherman. We're going to pull the Mega Knight away from the Skeleton so the Skeleton's retarget onto the tower. And then, oh, sir, you might have missed something there, sir. I'm going to let the Mega Knight do its thing. And I'm going to go in for a Mother Witch on top of the bats so we get 5 bats. That was perfect. That was actually incredible gameplay from us. It's enough patting myself on the back, but getting all those pigs and eating the Mega Knight damage so we didn't lose the Zappies, like, we're going to take the tower now. There's nothing he can do. He's just dead. So sometimes just eating damage and knowing that, hey, my opponent messed up. That's how this deck works. This is why I love this deck, and I love the Giant Skeleton deck. I'm going to tell you guys right now, Mother Witch, when you're pushing Ultimate Champion, you will get so many free and easy wins, and people will get demoralized playing against these decks. Straight up demoralized, sent to the Shadow Realm, not wanting to play against you anymore. That's how it is, you know? And if you guys are wondering, SirTag is playing well or whatever, no, I'm not. I'm just playing my skill level, and this would happen to me as well. When I play against EGW, for instance, to the Mega Knight player, sometimes I'm able to win with, like, super hard counters to him, right? But if I'm actually playing him and I have an even matchup and I don't hard counter him with a Mighty Miner deck, for instance, I will lose because I will make one misplay, he will capitalize on it and see it and be like, oh, you cycled your card incorrectly this one time, you're dead. And I'm like, dude, I don't memorize that type of level. I'm not there. And this guy, same thing, he's not at the same level as me. He made the misplay. I'm like, you're dead. GG, on to the next one. So when there's a big skill level difference, this is what happens every time. So it's not necessarily that I'm playing like extremely well or perfect. I look like a fool whenever I play against top level players. Every time. every time. But yeah, this deck, I'm not even playing that well today. I'm not even playing at my regular skill level. You guys can all do this. Every single one of you guys watching, you guys can win games this easily with this deck as long as you just focus on counter pushing. You defend, you wait for a mistake, and you're like, ha, I win. That's it. It's not like you're having to force mistakes out of your opponent. You just wait for a mistake. And that's the better way of doing it. We hit Ultimate Champion, and it got a 72% win rate. Not the best win rate I've ever had, but it's okay. You know, we'll take it. We're currently ranked at 1,700 in... no, I don't know where we are. Are we ranked? Okay, we are not ranked yet. Okay, well, we will be ranked eventually. We'll push up and we'll be ranked. Usually, I do this first few days of season, and I'm ranked. And the reason why I'm ranked first few days of season is because no one else has pushed Ultimate Champion yet. But since I went to Helsinki... I went to Finland, right? I went to visit Supercell. I haven't played Clash Royale at all until like this week. And then I had a health issue and then I didn't play at all until like I took 2 days off playing. So basically, I think out of this month, I've played Clash Royale 4 days. That's it. Or since the update, I've played Clash Royale 4 days. That's it. So that's kind of crazy. I love how you laughed. Oh, dude, you either love or think my laugh is cringe based off of like what you think. That's the same thing with voices and stuff too. Anyway, let's go and collect some extra stuff, guys. No mediocre. I'm going to go and collect some extra stuff in the shop. So we're going to go and buy this Archer Queen emote. Solid stuff. You love to see it. And then we're also going to go and use the remainder of our stuff and go and collect the season tokens. So guys, channel some good vibes and good luck in the chat. I want good things. Give me the good banners. No mediocre. All right, so honestly, we're only going to have extremely rare stuff, so I'm not going to, like, lie to y'all. We are going to get the good banners, but I just want to unlock them because I'm a completionist in Clash Royale. Fortunately for us, we are able to get all those banners. Holy heck, they are so cool. I do love the artwork. If there's one thing about Clash Royale, their artwork is always good. At least, not always. Not always. At least this season, it's always good. Oh, that's pretty funny. Sometimes the artwork is a miss. Like, I think the Ram Rider season with the festivals, I thought it was just super generic. But we're going to go here and unlock the last banner. Here we are. I wonder what we're going to get. Oh, there we go. Hardcore fans. Well, hopefully you guys are hardcore fans of me. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, seriously, guys, love you. No matter what, if you're just watching this to get better at the game and you don't really care about me, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. It's all good. Hopefully these decks will help you carry yourself to Ultimate Champion, unlock that new emote for a lot of people that haven't gotten it yet. Learn these decks because they're only going to get better with card evolutions. There is no doubt in my mind that this Royal Giant deck, after the Royal Giant evolution, will still be, if not the best deck in Clash Royale. One of the best decks, if not the best. And then, of course, this Mother Witch deck without any champions, fantastic. If you wanted to, if you want to get extra spicy, you could remove the Mother Witch or remove, like, yeah, you could remove the Mother Witch and put in a Firecracker and use the Evolve Firecracker. That works too. So use Evolve Firecracker in the next meta instead of Mother Witch if you wanted. Or Goblin Gang. Remove Goblin Gang and put in Evolve Firecracker. And that works too. So basically just put an Evolve Firecracker in this deck and you pop off. And then lastly, this deck. So we have Skeletons as a potential. You know what? For this deck, I would probably remove Skeleton Dragons and put in Skeletons, Firecracker, or what was the other card? I don't even remember what the other one. Barbs. Yeah, you know what? I'd probably put Barbs in. I'd probably put Barbs in because of Fireball Bait. Wait, do we have a deck for each one of the new evolved cards besides the Skeletons, which Skeletons will be in every cycle deck? Dude, I just have a deck for every evolved card in the meta. So Barbarians instead of Skeleton Dragons in this deck. You put in the Royal Giant so you don't change anything in this one. And then for this one, you put in Firecracker instead of the Mother Witch or the Goblin Gang. So that's the evolution. Oh, the sound is messed up. Oh no, I'm super sorry about that. Well, I just changed the sound. I'm very, very sorry. I just moved the sound if that was an issue. But yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, those are my ideas. Show us your skins. Yeah, I'll show the skins as I do the last shout out, the last shameless shout out. So of course, if you guys want to be a part of the, if you guys want to support me, the best way of doing that again is just liking the video and subscribing to the channel, because every single time, every single season, I will have a video pushing to Ultimate Champion, showing the best decks in the meta to get Ultimate Champion, and I'll show how to play them. So if you're stuck in a certain meta, I've got you. Just click on my live streams and stay tuned for that. Also, there will be a daily video every single day. Until then, literally, I upload daily at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you're subscribing, you're going to get videos. You're not just going to be like, I subscribe to this channel, and then they don't put out any content. You're going to get plenty of content from me in the future, and it's all going to be on high quality decks and also my level 15 feedback, which will be coming right around the corner as my next video. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. No matter when you're watching, no matter where you're watching, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and good luck on your own grind all the way up to Ultimate Champion. I know you guys can do it. As I said before, if you run this Royal Giant deck and you play it like I did, you can all do it. There isn't a single person on this planet, I refuse to believe, if you learn how to play this and just defend, you will climb up. It's that easy. Learn from your mistakes, figure out when you lose, and be like, oh, I dropped stuff and I dropped a Royal Giant at the river and it was dumb. If you don't do that again and you drop Royal Giants when you're up elixir, you win. It's as simple as that. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.